Hi guys, I'm Igor. I provide market commentary before market opens and my stock picks and options pick for the day. Today is January 28th and 2020, and here's what's happening. Huge day on Wall Street yesterday, a big sell-off, and the coronavirus was in the news, of course, and it killed already 106 people with over 4,500 cases, new cases in China. So China is trying to handle this crisis, but uh, it's not working as expected, of course. So there are a limited number of cases of coronavirus around the world. So the scare of a global epidemic is a little bit low right now. So it's subsided actually. So that's why the futures are higher this morning. And but I expect choppy trading throughout the day, even though the market will open higher. I expect that there will be sell-offs during the day and choppy trading. So I have to see what's happening. I'm not gonna rush into buy things right in the morning. Yesterday at 4 o'clock was a good time to buy, but I'm not gonna buy it right out of the gate this morning. So on the corporate side, we had a number of earnings reports this morning. First of all, I'll start with 3M. So 3M reported not so hot number, actually missed by several cents. Revenue were lower, the stock is lower, but not so bad report. So, but I wouldn't buy the stock. There are better stocks to buy. Even though 3M, I see on the chart that there is a golden cross on the 3M stock here, right here. Okay, so that's a good sign. But this report was a little light to me for me to buy this at this point. I mean, there are a lot of bargains were created yesterday by yesterday's sell-off, so I would pass on 3M right now. Okay, so another stock that reported was Pfizer. Pfizer reported also missed on earnings but higher revenue. It was hurt by losing license revenue by their payments in called Lyrica. Okay, so other stocks in the news are first of all J&J and AbbVie. Okay, so J&J and AbbVie were actually asked by Chinese government to provide their HIV drugs for treating coronavirus. AbbVie has a drug called Coletra, and it's an HIV treating virus drug, and it looks like it could be effective against coronavirus. And the Chinese government wants to test that. The J&J also has some HIV treating drugs, and they will be shipping some of its drugs to China. I have to note that this is China, not AbbVie or J&J are shipping it. China especially requested it because there are no known vaccines to treat coronavirus. So it seems to me the China government is pretty desperate to contain this virus. So both of the stocks are higher pre-market, and I would definitely buy J&J or AbbVie, especially AbbVie actually. I think it's a good buy at this point. I also like all the pharmaceuticals such as Merck. Merck is also trying to come up with their Ebola. They have an Ebola drug that they're trying to see if it's effective against could be effective against coronavirus. Of course, I'm looking at two companies called Mirna. Called Moderna, stock symbol MRNA. Well, I've been talking about this stock for a while, and they received grant from U.S. government to develop a vaccine against coronavirus. And this company looks like it's pretty serious, and they can come up with the coronavirus vaccine in the next couple of months. I know it's not soon enough, but still, they're working very seriously about that, and they have received a lot of support, and I think this stock could go higher. And the same is for a company called Inovio. So there are several stocks that are about to report, especially Apple. Well, we're all waiting for the report from Apple this afternoon. And I don't know, Apple had a big run, and it will all depend on their talk. I mean, there will be a lot of talk on the conference call about coronavirus and how it affects Apple sales. So I don't want to buy Apple before this report, because I don't know what they're gonna say, and how this coronavirus affects their sales. Okay, another company that reports today is AMD. Okay, AMD will report, and I actually like this stock before they report, because on the heels of Intel report, as you know, Intel reported good numbers for their data centers, and AMD is also in the same business, and I think they can report good numbers. I actually like AMD, even though they had a big run, but they had a big sell-off recently. They're not in overbought territory, so I actually like AMD here. Okay, before the report, I also like the report from UTX, United Technologies. Reported really good numbers, and that's considering that they have. They haven't shipped any products really to Boeing. Okay, so Boeing they said that they will ship products to Boeing in the second quarter, but they beat on the bottom line and on revenue. So even though it's trading lower pre-market, I actually like the stock. Okay, speaking of Boeing said that they received 12 billion in financing yesterday to support their operations, so that stock could be going a little bit higher today. So, and the last group of stocks that I like, actually, the Nucor reported. Nucor reported pretty encouraging numbers. It's a steel maker, symbol NUE, and I actually was encouraged by those numbers. And on the heels of that report, shares of Alcoa and United States Steel are higher pre-market a little bit. I think they're pretty oversold at this point, so there could be a good swing trade rate like at this point right now. Okay, so that's my wrap for the day, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow.